What is going on today, guys? Happy Wednesday. As always, want to come in bringing positivity as dark of days as we are seeing. Today is May the 11th, guys. And let me just start off by saying what a move to the downside it was again today. It seems like I'm just a broken record with that statement, but guys, I was saying this in my earlier videos when I started posting like beginning of April. I was talking about this market volatility and that this was more than likely to happen with downtrends more frequent than we would have expected. Um, Let me rephrase that. Um, Downtrends more significant than we may have thought with the fed the news is right, like the one day it'll take the news as being a positive and then the next day it'll take it as a negative, like with the interest rate hikes. I believe after that was it last week or the week prior to that, when that news dropped, the market rallied and then it just completely fell off a cliff. Now today I believe there was inflation data that was released, which the inflation data was not that far off of the estimate, but the market reacted very volatile to the downside because of that in particular, and also that $40 billion funding to Ukraine, to be exact. I'm sure that had an influence as well as all of the shorts and the selling pressure. That's what's dictating most of the market movement to the downside. If we take a look at Dow, S&P, and Nasdaq right now, we're sitting in the green side. But like I've told you guys, this is so insignificant. Um, Unless we see like a significant move to the upside, like in terms of like a percent, half a percent, or something like that. But when it's teeter tottering like this, you're really not making any type of prediction when you're seeing movement like this. So it could change in a heartbeat. Um, Oil, guys, is coming back around, it looks like, and that is one of my predictions. I predict that oil is going to have another rally, and you have to remember that oil is a seasonal thing, and it gets hot. It's a seasonality type thing, type of trades that you should take on. Um, you know, just that when it comes to that time of year, oil typically heats up. So I see it coming heading into the summer months. Oil heating up, so keep an eye on it, guys. And taking a look at natural gas, still in that $7, 7.67 right now. So just over $7.50, and holding here pretty stable. We're gonna get into that a little bit more as well. And guys, what a wild day it was. And I'm going to be completely transparent with you with my current holding. I only have one holding, and that is DraftKings. And I'm going to break that down later when I get to it. But first, let's jump into the SPY. Like I said, that kind of mental level to keep a note on was that 400 level. We closed at 390. Closed at 392. We are at 393 now in the aftermarket, so there is a bit of buying pressure. But nothing significant. Nothing significant to recoup the losses on the day. Yeah, I mean today we saw some level of resistance, right? Like we had that downturn earlier. We saw that resistance and a nice spike to back up to the upside. It got to that 402, 403 level, and it just completely rejected it. It downtrended, uptrend, downtrend, uptrend. So it was like trying to consolidate here, and then it just fell off a cliff due to that inflation data, and obviously there's a lot of other news attached to it. The unrest in the world right now with the war going on, and a multitude of other things, guys. But mainly more so the inflation data. If you want to deep dive and look at further details, definitely do your research, guys. It's always good to know reasons why the market is going down. But for most part, inflation data, the unrest in the world, the big elephant in the room, inflation. I mean, it's been absolutely insane as of lately. So, um, yeah, guys, the SPY broke that $400 level, and now we're at 393, and I mean, we can see it go further down, which it has done before. If we zoom out on the chart here, let's go to the monthly. Let's go to the monthly chart. Let's zoom out a little bit. As you guys can see, this was back in, I mean, this was last year, but this is when it was building back up. When COVID happened, the SPY absolutely dumped hard. So that was here, guys. Look at this. The SPY was at, I mean, it got to a low of like almost 220. So this was obviously um, a significant event in the market because of COVID and all that garbage. But I mean, look at that. Look at that continued growth back to the upside. And I mean, uh, it's definitely worrisome if we don't find some type of support and consolidation, because the SPY could just open up, and just go straight through the floor. It could head to that 350 range. There's nothing. There's who's to say it's not going to do that? I mean, with all that pressure to the downside, I mean, it could easily enter these levels, and we could see that recession a lot sooner than I thought. It is showing signs of a recession. If you guys see a lot of these growth stocks and a lot of these big names that are just getting absolutely desecrated, and it's unfortunate to see as a bull. I mean, I like to play both sides, but for most part, I am a bull, and I always want to find opportunities to swing to the upside and stuff. But you know, what a what a you know it's disgusting to see, but it was inevitable, and that's what I was consistently talking about plays like UVXY, VIXY, VIXY, SQQQ, the bearish ETFs for, it's a really good thing to add to your repertoire, like to your like arsenal of trading, is to implement these ETFs. They're really important, guys, because expanding your mind into ETFs as well, you can make money when there's bear markets. Now with UVXY, I mean, like I said, I called that at $11. A lot of opportunities to make money here. So, with all of that bearish pressure, any type of dips here, it's not a guarantee, guys. Nothing is a guarantee in the market, but you have such a high probability that's going to continue to the upside just because of how much selling pressure there is and the bad news that's being released. So you have to keep a note of that. Like right now, we're at 1812, and I'm shocked that UVXY is not higher today, considering how down the Nasdaq, Dow, and S&P were. It just doesn't make much sense to me. Only thing I could think of is manipulation. At the end of the day, I mean, it's pretty absurd, guys. The fact that this isn't up over $20 already absolutely blows my mind. So, guys, keep this on watch because we could see $20 as soon as tomorrow. As long as there's downward pressure, this is going to go through $20. So, keep a close eye on this, guys. Any dips, any opportunities to get in, um, like for me, I'm a buyer under $15. I mean, as of right now, like I said, it could go higher, but I'm leaving it alone because it's a very volatile ETF, and as quickly as it goes up, it could go down just as fast. So you got to make sure you're being careful with trades like this. But a lot of opportunity here, in my opinion. Obviously, I don't want to have to say that because I do want to see the market go bullish, but we can't deny the facts. So keep UVXY on watch, like I always say, guys. Moving over to Boyle, the bullish ETF for natural gas. What a nice move this was back to the upside. Now, what I was talking about here is it looked like it was forming some sort of base here, consolidated a little bit, and continued its leg back to the upside. Just primarily because of the tension in Ukraine, Russia being the main exporter of natural gas. This this was obviously going to be making massive moves to the upside, which it has. If you guys zoom out on the chart, I alerted this when it was way cheap, and if you guys take a close look, it kind of did what I thought it was going to do: consolidate, 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 and then just take a next leg up. And this is all based on any news relating to natural gas and the natural gas price itself. Like I showed you guys right here with NG. NG right here is a this is what you're going to need to determine the movement of natural gas. This will tell you exactly what type of move it is going to be making. So slightly, well, this is aftermarket, but this is aftermarket. I'm not entirely sure how up it is on the day, but I mean, obviously green on the day, and we see a very significant move to the upside, guys, from that 70s range. Now you're in low 90s right now at the 93 level, which in turn means that it's going to present buying opportunities to accumulate for KOLD, the bearish natural gas ETF, guys, one that has been absolutely brutalized to the downside. Now, keep an eye on this one, guys. We're at 715, and my personal opinion on this, and my advice is to accumulate anything under $10 because we will see a rise to $15 and $20, and we will look back on these videos that I make, and I'm like, guys, I mean, I painted that picture for you, and it's is it a guarantee? No, but if you zoom out on the chart and you take a look at how high natural gas has been getting pumped because of all of this charade out there in Russia and whatnot, you'll see that there is a lot of potential here once oil levels back down to that 60, 50, $40 range after it's had its moves to the upside. This will see the 15 to $20. So keep cold on watch, like I've always said, guys. And a few other ETFs to keep in mind are drip and gush. Now drip is directly in correlation with oil. And as long as we see moves to the downside in oil, this is going to go up. This is the bearish side, and it's a very good ETF and an indicator to keep on watch to kind of give yourself an idea of what movement the market is making, or in the sense of oil, what move oil is making. So we take a look at it. Look at these candles to the upside on the day. So right here on the day it was right around $22, and we're at $24. Like, wow, what a move to the upside. So, still I am bullish on oil. This in my opinion, this will drop with that momentum of oil itself, that price going up. This will obviously drop because of that. Um, but still, guys, keep drip on your watch list, or in any type in a watch list with ETFs, and it gives you a nice little indication of what movement oil is making. And then moving on over to Gush, the bullish side. Um, yeah, guys, just getting hammered right back down to the downside. Um, Nothing too significant, obviously, but you know, in my mind, guys, we should see a move to the upside in oil. Um, if you zoom out, you check this out. This was mid March. Look at these legs it took up. Look at these legs to the upside, with oil pressure building. And then you guys, I'm sure you've seen that a lot of oil plays that were pumping during this time. I mean, look at that. Look how significant of a move that is, right? From those 120s level all the way up to 170, 180, 190 even. I mean, it's wild. And then obviously consolidate back to the downside, find some type of support, hold it, go back up, support, up, and then now just still obviously trying to find a stable support to go off of, and then right back to the upside, because I'm still very bullish on oil, guys. So keep drip, keep gush on watch. Very good indicators for oil movement. We'll save that one. We'll save DraftKings for last. Getting into a few plays. Um, I'm very bullish in NIO. Guys, 100%. I would buy this if I had the capital to do so. This is one to load up and just hold for the next few months. This will come back around 100%. It's the electric vehicle company. That's the powerhouse of China. It's not going anywhere anytime soon. I don't see anything significant happening to the company itself, um, regarding regarding any type of bad news or anything like that. So obviously it's been reacting to market the market being on the bearish side. So it's been getting hammered just like many other plays that you guys have been seeing, pretty significantly. So for me, anything under $15 is an accumulation range, and just hold that and swing it to 20 plus. I do see this hitting those ranges once again once the market rallies back to the upside. But we have to be prepared for anything because the market has been very unpredictable as of late. But in terms of a longer term swing, I see this as being a very good opportunity to accumulate a lot of shares and holding it to the $20 range plus. So keep NIO on watch, guys. The powerhouse electric vehicle maker of China. Massive miss on the day, guys. This particular penny stock, I mean, it already was in a penny stock, but if you zoom out on the chart and you see how significant a move it made, because it was in the dollar $52, and it made a significant move to the downside because of announcement of file for bankruptcy. So I love plays like these. As dangerous as they are, I do love plays like these, and I have been watching it ever since it dropped. um, Now, like, you may think that this might be a good entry, right? Like, this is the 37-cent level. We've seen a significant drop to the downside, right? I mean, let me go to the 5-day. Maybe that'll show. I don't know why. Oh, that's why. That's why, because it's way up here. Yeah, hold on a second, guys. Hold on a second. The reason why we weren't seeing the other wicks was because look at this, guys. When that bankruptcy news was announced, we're at the 160 level. Bam, all the way down to almost the 30 cents. And then, bam, we're in the 30-cent range. And I was watching. Still very light volume, guys. Very light volume. And to predict, to kind of predict when a good entry, what a good entry is here, it's kind of like you need to just wait until that momentum picks up. Now, yesterday I saw it at 14 cents after market. I do have a majority of my money tied up, but it would have been a nice opportunity if I skimmed down that position to get in here because I just saw it as a nice reversal play. I mean, it went all the way down to 14 cents, and typically with these bankruptcy plays, you'll see one last final push before it just bleeds out again, or or we see another move, another continuation before it dies, or I mean, I sound like a seal or whatever the hell makes that noise, but or it just continues back to the upside with some massive news or something like that, maybe an acquisition. I don't know. It's been absolutely unpredictable, guys. So looks like the earnings, no earnings has popped up. Very strange. The new significant news today that really isn't that significant was a hedge or so. I forgot the name of them, but they acquired like 5% of the company, which is literally so insignificant. Should that have stimulated a move from 14 cents all the way to like the 70-cent range? Probably not. But it was more so of retail investors as well as hedges and big buyers that pumped the crap out of this and sent it to this range. Absolutely unbelievable, guys. And knowing that I wanted to buy it at 14 cents yesterday after market, I promise you guys, I'm not blowing, I'm not joking around. I literally was going to buy at 14 cents, but it's nice to see that this was one of those that I had in my mind that made a move like this. So that means obviously are staying patient, but at the end of the day, patience is only as good as your execution. Make sure you execute, guys. It doesn't hurt to put a little bit of money here, a little bit of money there. You just you got to take some chances sometimes if this falls in your ballpark of risk management. Last but not least, let's hop into DraftKings, guys. My average here is in the high 12s, low 13s, and I am down pretty significantly on the position. Am I scared? No, not at all. Um, in my honest opinion, who knows what direction the market is going to take? Could it continue back to the downside 100%? Could it continue to the upside, or could it bounce back and rally to the upside? 100%. Obviously, that's something that I do want to see happen because I'm in a position here with a decently high average. It's not that far off. I am down like 20 something percent if I'm not mistaken on the position, but I'm not moving a muscle. I'm not selling for a loss. This is a this is a legitimate sports betting and company, and they have the 50% quarter over quarter growth. And I mean, in terms of their vision, I mean they're growing substantially. So operating losses were obviously reported as a lot higher than expected, but that typically is what happens when you have a company that's expanding as they are. And I mean, guys, I don't believe that DraftKings is going to be going anywhere in the next 5 years. So just taking that into consideration, I'm still very confident with my position here. And I'm not booking a loss. I'm going to hold it, ride it out. Um, and I mean, just buy the dips as needed, obviously, guys. So, you know, I mean, it's just another one of those plays to just simply buy the fear and swing it. So, just a quick little recap. Talked about SPY, UVXY, Boil, Cold, Drip, and Gush. 6 ETFs, guys, to make sure you have on your watch list. UVXY, obviously the bearish ETF, Boil and Cold, relating to natural gas, and then Drip and Gush relating to oil. Um, and then talked about NIO, talked about this penny stock, Armstrong Flooring, and then obviously DraftKings. Just a very simple list, guys. But very bullish on NIO, very bullish on DraftKings in the next 2 to 3 months. Um, overall, guys, I mean, my sentiment is bullish on the market. As absurd as that may sound, my sentiment is bullish. I do see a reversal happening. I've seen this happen time and time again, where we have downtrends like this, pretty significant downtrends, and a lot of times people will enter a position and then have it drop 20% on them, kind of similar, obviously, to my situation, guys. DraftKings entering all-time lows, and as a legitimate company, I felt like it was a good time to buy. And the position is suffering, but I do see the longer swing vision, and I'm not giving up on it. So it's all about being patient, keep it calm with yourself, and just go with the flow, guys. Try just keep your mind occupied, venture new avenues in life, and pick up new hobbies, but hold your positions, take it easy, don't stress out. That's the last thing you want to do to yourself, and just continue to discipline yourself on basic fundamentals. um but yeah, guys, that's pretty much all I got for today. If you enjoy this content, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel. It all means a lot. And make sure to check out my stock twits at the Deepster7 for live updates and analysis. I try to get you guys the best plays possible. Based on what I'm seeing, I don't try to overdo it. I don't try to overcomplicate. And that's pretty much all I have for today, guys. Sorry, I do not have a mic or a webcam. I had one for yesterday's video, but I'm still working out the kinks on getting the audio fixed on that. So until then, we'll not you will not be seeing my face. It will be fixed though soon, guys. So thanks for watching the video, guys. I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace.